So I was wondering if anybody um, that is a Ron Paul supporter uh, is experiencing kind of like despair about how things are, how like family and friends seem to think it's okay about the NDAA that the government can um, detain you indefinitely without cause and possibly even kill you without charging you. Um, you know, people seem to think it's okay about the bailouts and the lack of accountability and the criminal behavior in the government and the failure of the Fed, which is a private bank, or such. It's private. It's not a bank. And what's the other? It's like um, things are the more you look into it, the more horrific it seems to be in terms of like the FDA being now run by a former CEO of Monsanto, and actually one of the judges on the Supreme Court is a former Monsanto CEO, and um, things going on regarding health care, much less like toxins in our food and our environment and water. And I, you know, I try talking to friends and family um, and acquaintances, and it seems like people think everything's fine, or or they say they think everything's fine, but maybe they're in denial, or I'm beginning to wonder if there's like some serious brainwashing or something because these intelligent people who 4 years ago would have, you know, been outspoken about what's going on now, they're saying, well, that's the way it has to be, and I'm feeling pretty lonely, I'm feeling kind of like anguish or agony because there's there's only like a couple people, I mean, literally a couple people that I can talk to and that I know about what's going on, and like my family has made requests that I don't talk about politics. My friends just have also made requests that I not discuss what's going on, or they insist on being uninformed. I mean, that's the thing. If people would bother to do research, I mean, I don't know what, even if I directed them to the Homeland Security webpage, about what's going on. I mean, it seems like they'd be like, oh well, I guess it's got the way it's got to be. It just seems like you can provide a whole lot of information, and um, the pro-Obama folks or the pro-establishment folks or the anti-Ron Paul folks, they just think that's just the way it has to be, and it's like a surreal movie. It's like a bizarre science fiction movie. I mean, I've written this online before. It's like I don't have to watch a thriller or something like Minority Report or whatever because it's happening right now to people I know, my family, my friends, people who know better. They are believing in what's going on, and what's going on to me is a loss of our freedoms and a loss of our health, a loss of our mental capacity. I mean, I don't even know, everything, but um, so I've done some research about like how to cope with other people's denial, and that's been helpful. And there are people, I mean, there's strangers that I'm meeting online who are up on all this. Um, and I guess I wonder, like, it's almost like there's a civil war. I mean, I really feel like I'm a minority in a civil war, and people seem to be for the establishment, whether they're voting for Obama or Mitt Romney or even the Green Party or whatever, because the Green Party's not going to win. And I mean, I've voted for the Green Party for years, for decades, and they've never won. But like my intention is there or whatever. And then the folks who are gonna vote for Obama or Mitt Romney, it's going to be all the same thing, pretty much, if you look at who's funding them and their positions. And what was I saying? So I guess I feel like I'm in a battle, and um, I just wonder what people like in Nazi Germany. I'm sure some family members supported the Nazis and some didn't. And like, how do you reconcile um, close friends and family who are supporting fascists or communists, friends and family who are supporting imprisoning themselves and you? Like, how do you reconcile that? To me, I think, I feel like my friends and family are thinking I'm just being crazy or whatever. But there's facts. I mean, like this year, Obama did the NDAA, that we could be detained. He also signed into law that he could take away all of our possessions. He did the, um, that now they can look at our emails. And I forget what the fourth one is, but I think people think that they're just, well, I'm not going to be swayed by your fanatical um, talk or whatever. This is serious business. I mean, what's going on is like a transformation of history, a transformation and a loss of our freedom, And I mean, I've told people this, and I just can't seem to get through. And I mean, I don't have a huge social structure, and but I don't want to. I mean, it's agonizing, being the only person who seems to see. I guess there's that term Cassandra effect, where you can kind of see what's going to happen, and everybody else around you suspect, just thinks you're crazy. So I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should just like limit contact or eliminate contact completely from friends and family who are supporting the slavery that seems to be getting put into place, um, or what, or do I just? I mean, it's impossible for me to just silently just put up with. I don't know. I mean, just it's impossible for me to be silent to people I'm going to be interacting with at this point in time. So I just wonder, like, what are other people doing? How are other people coping with um, friends and family, close people who are ignoring the loss of our freedom, who are ignoring that we're becoming more enslaved by the government? Um, like, how do you cope with the loss of your friends and family because of different belief systems? And I feel like this isn't just I mean, like what I'm going through, I'm sure a lot of people have gone through. I mean, where they're doing something very different than their social sphere. Like just any issue of gender or race or sexual orientation or age or any ism. I feel like I'm in an ism. I'm suffering from Ron Paulism. You know, like people are Ron Paul phobic. And like how do you cope with Ron Paulophobes that are your friends and family? So I mean, I know healing techniques and I practice forgiveness and stuff like that, but it's still painful um, because it's a big thing. I mean, it's like the country. It's not just like a personal conflict. It's kind of like what's going to happen a year from now. Are we going to be able to buy food, and are we going to be able to afford gas? And I mean, like what's going on? So, anyways, if anybody has suggestions of what's worked for them when they've kind of come out, whether it's an interracial relationship with, that you come out to your parents, or a gay relationship, you come out to your straight homophobic parents, or that you're a sex worker and you come out to your parents, or it's like something like, how have other people who are stigmatized by people who are ignorant and refusing to um, consider the validity of your position, how do you cope with your friends and family in that, um, constructively, um, and I know forgiveness, I know how to meditate and stuff. I just wonder, I don't know, just how to keep going. So, thanks for any thoughts you might have. Thanks.